Well, first of all, we have to help business lead our recovery in Scotland. The public sector is not going to do it. There's no jobs going to be created in the public sector in the foreseeable future. So we need to rebalance our economy and help private enterprise. I believe what we need to do to encourage new businesses to set up is to waive business rates for the first 2 years of a new business, to help people employ new people, to make sure that new company has the best start in life. That's how we get more private jobs back into Scotland. What's really important with public services is not the model at which they're delivered, but it's how well they're delivered and how well people benefit from the services that are provided. So I want to see more tendering for charities and third sector organisations to provide public services, so it's not always put forward by the state. I also want to see greater integration of public services so that the NHS and social care services can work closer together. And there's a real problem with how much our public services cost us and how much value we get from them. So one of the things that I want to look at as leader of the Scottish Conservative Party is something called preventative spend. That's where we move money further up the chain to stop us having to pay much more later. We stop problems much earlier on and therefore have a healthier and happier Scotland. During the course of this campaign, I brought forward 2 very strong policies on law and order, both of which are to do with sentencing. The first is I believe that there are some crimes so heinous and some criminals so vile that they should never be released from prison. So I want to introduce an effective whole life tariff for judges to put them in jail for the rest of their natural life. And the second is to do with people who commit crimes or violent acts under the influence of drink or drugs. Up until last year, you could get a lesser sentence if you were drunk when you committed a crime. Now, it has no impact at all, but I don't believe that goes far enough. I think people who put themselves in a situation where they lose control have made a choice, and that if you commit a crime when you're under the influence of drink or drugs, that should be an aggravating factor and considered in sentencing.